hello. Sorry I kept you waiting. Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's Dee Dee. How's it going? Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, Zon. Hi, Ranger. And I saw Drakon earlier. Hello, everybody. Ugh. Today was a day. Still nice seeing the model, still seeing the chippity. Fair enough. God, I have stories today. I do not know who to direct my anger to, but there is someone at the apothecary that I am very angry with. So, context. There's like a communal kitchen area, and a lot of people keep their mugs and stuff in the cupboard there. I chose not to, cause I don't know, I just didn't want to. I didn't want anyone to accidentally use my stuff, you know? And I had a mug on my desk, and I had a glass that was from that cupboard, but like I would use it to like get water to water the plants in the area, because I don't have a watering can. And I forgot to put it back, okay? I did forget to put it back, so that part is on me. The part that's driving me bananas is someone, I got no idea who, saw that glass in my mug and was like, hey, that glass belongs in the cupboard, and they took both of my dishes, cleaned them, and put them in the cupboard. I hadn't used my mug in a couple days, and all of a sudden it hits me, it's not there anymore. Found it in the cupboard. I'm like, who takes stuff off people's desk? So I'm pretty peeved about that. I don't like people touching my things without asking. If people go into my cubicle looking for something, I get real pissy if they do it without telling me. Even if they were like looking for something and they were like, oh, I found the file I needed. It was on your desk. Yeah, don't touch my desk. Don't touch it. So I can't believe, I had to put, there's now a sign on the wall that says, these are my dishes. Do not take them. God. So yeah, I was very not impressed. But other than that, I'm okay. I had a nap before stream. I don't usually say anything, but I've still been told on multiple occasions that it's clear I don't like people in my stuff. Literally, it's like, it's common courtesy. Like, it's the fact that, like, so my area, like, in the back, because, there's the front counter stuff, and then there's, like, everyone has their space in the back. Some people who are, like, part-timers, like, they share a workstation with someone else where they have to go back and, like, process different stuff. Like, when they're not at the counter and they're doing other things. But I'm full-time, so, I have my own proper space. And I'm tucked way in the back corner. Like, you would have to go out of your way to find my stuff, because I'm tucked further in the corner than even, like, the manager's office. So you can't see anything in my area unless you explicitly go in there. So I was like, were you looking for this specific glass? Like, I'm sorry I held on to it for a while. And I'm like, I know my mug was dirty, because I hadn't cleaned it in a bit because I haven't used it in a bit. But it's my mug. If it's dirty, it's dirty. Leave it. Ooh, one time I came back from a work conference and there was a half-empty soda can. Your monitor was up. Oh, no. Like, I wouldn't like people using my desk when I'm not there. But at very least, if you had to, have the common courtesy to put everything back exactly as it was. So yeah, it's for me, it's like, it's the fact I'm so out of people's way that it's like, and this is me just my social anxiety being paranoid, but it almost feels malicious the way you have to so go out of your way to go into my space. And like, I know it's not malicious, it was just a misunderstanding, but I'm like, why? God, yeah. When you gotta, like, future-proof your stuff, it's not great. It's like, no, you like to think no one's malicious. And, I mean, your coworkers aren't always your friend. But it kind of sucks when you start going, like, I can't trust these people. They don't respect me. They don't respect my space. And like Iduna and I were having a conversation earlier in the day about neurodivergent stuff. Because we're both the type of person that, like, if like we're overstimulated, like from ADHD or like other mental health related stuff, that like, you know, it's like everything sets us off. So I was like, why is this student typing so loud? God, I hate the sound the laptop keyboard makes. Why is he typing so much? It's like, it's not involved. But yeah, the mug was tilted. The mug got me tilted. It's like, no one in particular to get mad at, especially since everyone works on rotation. But oh, the urge I had to, like, if there was like a central lunchroom or something like that, to burst in and go, all right, who touched my shit? Or like leave a passive aggressive note in the cupboard. I'm like, no, that's not okay. Let's just leave a note on the wall of my area in case this happens again. And if, like, you know, a couple weeks go by and it doesn't happen, we'll take the note down. Worksite might have almost turned into a Pop Team Epic skit. You're not wrong. It's like, it was that skit where Popco got annoyed by the cuckoo clock, and it's like, your life ends 30 minutes from now. Just leave a bomb under their desk. Oh yeah, that'll go great. I do that and we'll have to evacuate the whole building. Ooh, 4-leaf clover, you're rolling? I mean, the collab banner should go up in... I'm trying to do the math. Like, 10 hours? Because, the Fate collab starts tomorrow. You heard the math? You heard nothing. We'll be playing the Fate collab on stream tomorrow. Gonna be dead as hell tomorrow. From work or from playing too much? I nearly took tomorrow off, but I was like, nah. Because then it's like, if I take tomorrow off, I'm gonna want to play the collab. And then it's like, you know, then what am I gonna do for stream? Then I'm gonna have to move upstream and like blah, 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 blah. I do get paid leave, yes. It's too late! I can't just randomly ask for a day off. I can ask to leave like early the same day, but I can't just randomly wake up in the morning and go, yo! I just decided I'm gonna use a vacation day, bye. Some managers are chill with that stuff, others are not. It's just one of those things. So maybe if I feel up to it, I'll ask to leave early, but yeah. God. You've done that many times? Again, it depends on the workplace, whether they let you do that. Like, I've had some managers explicitly say you can do that. If they don't say it, then I'm kind of like, I don't know about that. Like, I've literally had managers where I've had to follow up. Like, this particular manager, I asked to leave early one day because I had a migraine, and she ignored my message for 4 hours. And I'm like, can I at least go work in a dark room or something like that? He's like, oh, sorry, I was busy. I'm like, yeah, I can tell. Ever wake up and just say, nah, I'm not dealing with no BS today? That's called taking a sick day. I can call in sick with no repercussions. Because in Canada, they're not allowed to ask for any kind of explanation until you've taken, I think it's 4 days off sick in a row. Then you have to start providing like a doctor's note or like something to like tell them why you're taking so much sick time. What if you just wake up and like email them and go, yeah, I don't feel well? They can't question you. So I have taken many, many sick days when my mental health has been in the garbage. But it's harder to take like an actual vacation day just spontaneously. Because the sick days and the vacation days are separate, you know? Like, it's a separate thing in the system. Sometimes you feel bad, I feel you. I, over time, have learned not to. And hi, Kudo! Sorry, we were in the middle of yapping. I should have said hello. I can't perform if I'm literally dying. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I know myself well enough. Some people can push through a cold and still work. I'm like, I literally become unable to concentrate on anything. If I'm not feeling well. So, you know, that's what ends up happening with me. But I do need to get better about using vacation days. Because I have vacation days that technically expire because I don't use them. Because the way the system at the apothecary works is you can carry over up to a certain amount. So, like, for example, say you're entitled, like, it goes up based on seniority. I can't remember off the top of my head, but let's say you get 15 paid vacation days a year. You can carry over up to 15. So like say you took 5 vacation days and you want to carry over the 10, then the next year, you have then the next year you have 20 vacation, or 25 vacation days, like, it's the base plus 10, and like it can keep going and going and going. And that's how some people are like, yeah, my technical retirement date is December, but my last working day is August because I've accrued like 4 months of vacation credits, and I'm just, yoink, I'm gone. Like, damn. And hi, Butter. We're just yapping about stuff. God, though, the Fate collab, that'll be fun. Have y'all seen the trailers? Like, those of y'all who care about it, have y'all seen the trailers? It's pretty cool. Looks pretty fun. They referenced Archer summoning, and same with sabers, and like the animation when you pull the characters. Because for those who don't know, in Unlimited Blade Works, Rin quote-unquote messes up when she does her summoning, and Archer basically comes through a magic circle on the ceiling instead of the floor, and so he drops like a meteorite and completely destroys her couch, and he's just sitting there like it's his throne. And then there's Aventurine, who, like, everyone's like, here's my single ticket to summon a servant, and Aventurine's like, you people aren't willing, as he has a stack of 10. Oh my god, that reminds me, because I shared it on Twitter, but apparently the Japanese fandom, so Aventurine, when you spell it out in katakana in Japanese, it ends in ren. So they've been swapping out the last bit of the name for the kanji for Rin's name. And that's his nickname in the Fate fandom right now. It's beautiful. Hi, Art! If you're tired, yeah, you do what you gotta do. Though it is 7:30 p.m. So just be careful about, your sleep schedule. You don't want to mess it up too much when you're this what is it? I think 5 p.m. is technically the last point you can have a quick nap without it potentially influencing your sleep cycle. Yeah, like I'm some sort of child to mingle with. Beautiful. I think he probably typed it out and had it ready to go, and then he just copy pasta. Yeah, I've done that sometimes, like especially if I'm making a post in Discord that needs like quote-unquote comedic timing. Sometimes I will type it all out in advance so I can just copy and paste it quickly. Cause like, if you're trying to make a funny and it requires a GIF or something like that, if you post the first part and then like you're trying to find the GIF, someone might respond before like, you deliver the punchline. And then it's like, no, you ruined it! You need the signature for your reading log? Okay. Just leave it on, just put it on the table for me and I'll grab it, later. Yep. Gip. I say it both ways. It depends on my mood. Because, like, the creator said, oh yeah, this is the way you're supposed to say it. Based, like, per me. And then on the internet was like, no, you're wrong. So I hear it both ways, so depending on my mood, I will just say it one way or the other. It doesn't matter. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about anyway. The executive dysfunction is real, I understand. I totally understand. Iduna and I were talking about some of that stuff earlier. And we're out here planning to do, like a joint cleaning day of both of our spaces. Because it's like, it was easy for me to clean her place when she was on vacation and I was watching the cats and vice versa. But for some reason, trying to maintain cleanliness in your own space is really hard. And so, like, I shared a post that was like, ADHD cleaning service where you clean other people's houses. I was like, hello, I am your maido. And she's like, can we actually do that? I'm like, yes. Yes, we can. Next month, we do it. I teach people the same thing Diana tells me often, and it's like newfound knowledge to all of us. Oh, no! All these kiddos need their mental health kits built up. I get it. I had to learn it all myself with time. So I'm happy to share my knowledge. So ideally everyone ends up being happy and healthier overall. Yeah, unfortunately, no one really teaches this stuff. For better or worse. And especially if you're, neurodivergent, it can be really tricky. Dee Dee is just that wise. Yeah, Iduna and I were talking about, the way you can get overstimulated sometimes when you're neurodivergent, and I was telling her about how the summer, I wanted to murder our summer intern because I felt he was typing too loud yesterday. I'm like, was it really that egregious? Was it really a crime worth punishment just because he was typing too loud and it's like the sound bothered me? Little neurodivergent things. Time for you to work. Have a good time working. Good luck. Ganbare. Speaking of work, our lawyer boy's got stuff to do. Alrighty. Let me finish setting all of this up. Where's the sound? There we go. Ta-da! It's been a little bit since we did this one. We kind of got, deep hooked by the Umineko. And then also trying to finish Raging Loop. So I feel like it's been a few weeks. Last time I remember, there was a serial killer on the plane, and he left with. Did he leave with a hostage? I think he left with a hostage. I can't remember. Either way, Edgeworth woke up and he was face first in the carpet, which is just a great day for this guy. Just another Thursday for Edgeworth. Ace defective. I mean ace detective. I mean ace prosecutor? Yo, it's been a whole month. No. Whoops. Time is an illusion. Time blindness is so real. Time just gets away from us all. New typical cooties. Oh man. What a phrase. Edgy has been waiting for us patiently. Edgy has been edging. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those who know what that is. I'll seat myself out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The set. I feel like you guys could see the gears turning in my head. Like, should I say this? Edgy has been what? Edging! You know? Do the edge work now. 2-step, 1-step. Take it back now, y'all! Jambola R2, first time chat. What? That's hilarious. Jambola cloned himself, right? I wasn't sure whether I was leading that joke on or not. I got my answer quickly. You lost your phone? No! Oh no, that's unfortunate. That sucks. Can't confirm in Discord or something if you need? No. It's okay. I believe you. I believe you. Oh no. That's unfortunate. You must prove to us that you are the real Jambola. Yeah. What did I say when Jambola first followed me? About, like, what was the comment I made about the username? If y'all remember, this is your 2-factor authentication. How much it reminds you of Jambalaya, which you hate. It's the real Jambola, guys! We're safe! We're good! I remember. That was one of those days. It's like, it's funny in hindsight, but then I was like, oh shit, actually, you know what? Maybe that's not a funny joke to make when someone first joins your chat. Was about to use the bow powers here. You were gonna bow banish? No way. I must have been knocked unconscious, says Edgeworth. Yeah. Hey, it worked out. It sure did. It did. It's just one of those funny things to look back on. Bow. Just one of those funny things to look back on and see how you've grown as a streamer. Did I hear martyr time? It's murder time! Wouldn't that be funny? Art martyrs himself to protect Jambola, then it turns out Jambola's not actually Jambola anyway. Don't worry, I will for you. Oh my gosh, the mood beats, man. Martyr! This just makes me think of, like, you know, like Mimikyu tries to blend in and pretend to be a Pikachu, and everyone, like, on site is like, no. We know. I feel like now the moonbeams have like a keen sense of smell, or like they can instantly identify their own. So if a wolf in sheep's clothing tries to get it, moonbeams are like immediately like, it must exterminate. It's like, no, I'm also a moonbeam. No, you're not. You don't smell right. Like Daleks? Yeah. Become us, bean. Become us, bean. Yes, that was indeed the ref, was Doctor Who. God. Speaking of Doctor Who, amazing show. It is indeed. I've only seen a few seasons of it. But I had a roommate who was really into the show. And so we built, instead of a snowman one year, we built Daleks in the front yard. I don't think we have photos anymore. It was so long ago, but... Never mind me. He didn't hurt you, did he, Kay? Nah, I'm fine. Only just woke up myself. Matt Smith, isn't he... Or was it David Tennant? I can't remember. One of them coincidentally ended up marrying the daughter of one of the former Doctor Who actors, and I'm like, life has come full circle. My head will be sore for a while, but that's about it, so you can stop worrying. Oh, great, concussions. Detective, did you manage to stop the killer? Yeah, Shelly the killer from the second Phoenix Wright game came back. Well, see, Miss Lloyd came running out of the plane and, she told us he'd flown the coop. We were too late. I'm sorry, sir. Bodyguard over there told us something, too. Seems there's an inflatable boat missing from by the window. The killer must have stolen it and rowed himself across the lake. What about the cordon around the park? I'd called everybody back in to stake out the plane, including the guy stationed across the water. God damn it! I love how they were like, we've got the plane completely surrounded. There's no way he can get through. And he sure did. The black and white? Yeah, a lot of it's been preserved, but yeah. Oh, some of those film reels don't keep as well as we would like, unfortunately. The medium was not meant to last like a century. Not the best look for the department, but yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. What are you doing? You frickin' doing Morse code in the air, sir? Mr. Knight, you're alive. Yeah, no thanks to that murderer. Oh, that reminds me. I found this laying on the ground next to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah, yes. Shelly the Killer's calling card. How's my day going? Other than someone stealing my mug? Well, I say stealing my mug. Other than someone taking my mug without permission, cleaning it, and putting it back in the cupboard, was a good day. Oh, yeah! You missed this at the beginning. I had a whole mini rant because at the apothecary, there is like a shared kitchen space. And like some people keep their mugs and dishes in the cupboard. I decide not to because I don't want anyone to use my stuff. And to me, if like, you know, you put stuff in the cupboard, you are tacitly okay with someone using it, right? And so at some point, someone realized I forgot to return a glass. that I had borrowed from the cupboard to water my plants. And it was right beside my mug, so they took both the glass and the mug, washed them, and put them in the cupboard. And, like, I had one of those moments where I'm like, something feels off today, and I realized my mug was gone, and I'm like, yeah! And it's like, it's a misunderstanding, whatever, but I'm like, I cannot believe I'm in a workspace with all adults. There's no teenagers here, and I have to put a note that's like, these are my dishes. Do not take them. Now I got disinfected 5 times over. God, pretty much. And it's so funny because, like, they did clean it. Like, it's super clean. But the fact it's so clean is pissing me off because I'm like, I didn't clean this. Someone else cleaned it. And it's just a reminder that someone took my stuff. I'm like, I don't know if y'all thought you were doing me a favor because my mug was dirty. If my mug's dirty, leave it. I will clean it. Like, I don't know who y'all are. We're not friends. Like, I'm really bad with people touching my stuff. Even Iduna, if she just randomly grabs some, like, stuff, like, I would be pissed. Like, I had a friend who was over, like, a long time ago. And my laptop was open, and she decided to just grab my laptop to Google something because this was before smartphones were a thing. And I'm like, hello? The fuck you doing? She's like, oh, I didn't think you'd care. I do care! Obviously! It's a matter of privacy. It's like, for all I know, you were scrolling through, like, my instant messages or something. Like, hello? You get one big maturity boost at 16, and anything after that is learned. Yeah, I can agree with that. Because, yeah, I was like, okay, fair. I forgot to return the glass. That was on me. You were looking for your glass, trying to figure out where it's been gone for weeks. You finally found it. But why did you take the mug, too? It's not your mug. Yeah, I get it. I feel like that's the difference between a neurotypical person and a neurodivergent person. With neurodivergent people, it's like if you violated one of our rules, like it's over. Like we will never trust people the same again. Neurotypicals will be like, what? It's not that big a deal. Come on, and like whatever. It's the principle of the matter here. Like, you were, it's like, in this case, it's like you were okay with going into my space and taking stuff. Like, you felt justified doing that. What else do you feel justified to do, you know? Like, those neurotypical cooties, yeah. Because it's like, yeah, even though Iduna has told me, like, every single time, I'm like, do you mind if I get a glass of water? And she's like, sure. Like, you don't have to ask, like, Mikasa Tsukasa. I still ask. Because it's respectful. Dare touch my things? Boom, 500 cameras all over my house. I get it. Because it's like, especially when you don't know who did it, it can make you nervous. So, like, yeah, I totally understand that. Because I remember when my apartment was getting treated for bed bugs. And, like, I had to put everything in bags. And I tried to keep everything categorized as best I could. But, like, there's still some stuff that, like, I've yet to find after all of that. And I'm like, there's no way someone, like, just stole a random garbage bag of clothes, right? Like, there's no way, like, the cleaners did that. I must have thrown these away and not realized it. But it's the fact you can't prove it one way or the other. It's like, you're making dinner and snacks? Yes, sure. God, I need to go grocery shopping. Or do like an Instacart order or something. I keep putting it off because I feel like I spend way too much money because every time I'm like, oh, I'm out of this food, time to go grocery shopping again, and I buy way too much stuff. So instead of going grocery shopping like every 4 days, I'm trying to stretch it out to like every 9 days. So I'm like, well, in this way, you know, it eliminates food waste as well, because, you know, produce isn't gonna go bad, because I was like, I bought this, but now I don't feel like eating it, because I bought more stuff, you know? Yeah, way too many snacks. That is a you problem, and it's a good problem to have. The killer usually leaves these next to the bodies of his victims. But you're not dead, sir. But I could have been. Maybe that's the message. I can't stop thinking about his parting words. I have seen enough, and now I know the truth. With his big old yowie hand. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Edgeworth. You only let so many people in your house? Yeah, that's it, right? Not the yowie hands! The yowie hands! Could choke a man. What? No. Hang on. You know, his yowie hands. Ava, how was my 8th anniversary polls? I got Summer Morgan. Sometimes all you need is 100 Saint Quartz and a dream. Cat lady. Meow. That's just Ava. Ava comes by periodically and is like, hey! How's Fate Grand Order going? Good? It's good? Great. And then they vanish into the void again. And then they come back a few months later like, hey! How's Fate Grand Order? Like, the seasons change. Things remain the same. However, that, like, old soap opera went. Roger that. I'll clear out here, sir. Over. Mordred? Nah, Summer Morgan. Haven't forgotten. I don't have Summer Mordred. Unfortunately. I have regular Mordred. Thank God. But yeah, no. I mean, I love Fate Grand Order, but if you have really bad fear of missing out, it's terrible. Because the pity system is a hot mess. Like, it's closer to Grand Blue, where you need, to pull 300 times before, like, pity or, like, sparking. So, like, if you're used to, the Chinese gacha games, where usually it's 80 or 90 pulls will guarantee you an SSR, FTO is, like, harsh as hell. I heard, oh yeah, we will not talk about how much money I spent that I did not own. Because it's just so easy to swipe your card in that game. Because there was, like, the fear of missing out, and also it was, like, if none of your friends got the new servant, but you did, there was, like, a little bit of, like, that power trip you could get from people being envious of you. Oh, yeah. I got addicted to gambling through Fate Grand Order for a bit. I had to, like, really wean myself off it. That I did not own? Yeah, debt. Credit cards. Because technically you're not supposed to use your credit cards if you don't have the money to pay them off. Your Twitch randomly crashed? Oh no! Hey, Mr. Lion. So he's the president of Sanfa, Mr. Di Jingwan. Apparently. That was almost 10 years ago at this point. I've learned my lesson. Well, 8 years ago, because, it's the 8th English anniversary. But yeah, I never dared to calculate how much money I actually spent on Fate Grand Order, because I know it will be an amount that I will be deeply ashamed of. I'm better off just not knowing. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. President. My name is Miles Edgeworth. That honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Dijun Wong. Your efforts on behalf of Zenfa have not gone unnoticed. You are averted something of a crisis. Hopefully I don't turn into a gambling addict. I'm sure you'll be fine. Certain personalities do lean towards it, and I mean, if you know there's a risk, you can at least stop yourself before it happens, I will argue that if, at least the Chinese gacha games with the guaranteed pity system is better. Because in Fate Grand Order, like, they'd only implemented pity in the last couple years. It used to be you could just spend thousands of dollars and not get the character. Like, it's infamous that someone spent the equivalent to buying a house trying to get Saber. Kyokute Baking. What a name. You had quite the stash. Well, good for you. Adding a G? I know who you meant. It was just too funny not to comment on. You must be referring to the Yatagata suitcase. Thank you, sir, but all I did was solve a few local cases of murder. You are too humble. I have been observing your investigation. Speaking of Fate Grand Order, this guy's making me think of Edison. Because Edison in Fate Grand Order is just literally a lion man. This guy looks so much like a lion. Like, it's It's a little too much, you know? You are an impressive operator, Mr. Edgeworth, even if the killer did get away. That's very kind of you to say. So he was watching through his security feed. Sadly, I must inform you that this is as far as your investigation goes. What do you mean? Hear me, foolish prosecutor, for I shall say this only once. Oh, you were just being... That was all just fake pleasantries, huh? Knight has apprised me of the state of affairs. And from this point forward, the case will be handled by Shen Fa's police force, the finest in the world. Even with the killer out of the picture, they're still looking to get me thrown off the case? What do you think you're doing, pal? Nobody talks to Mr. Edgeworth like that. If it hadn't been for him, the killer would've. Detective? Forgive him, Mr. President, but I must confess to being somewhat confused. I fail to see how or why this case falls within Sanfa's jurisdiction. You failed to see. Enough, puny prosecutor. You seek explanations from a head of state? I say no! 1,000 times no! I will not explain myself to you. Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourself from this plane. I'd do if he says if I were you, Edgeworth. This can't really be the end of the line, can it? Case evidence handed to Mr. Knight. Why? Why let us come so far only to pull the case out from under us? Because we did all the work for them. And now they can take the credit. Now, you may leave. Knight, detain the suspect. Yes, sir, right away. To make an attempt on my life to murder one of my faithful servants? The effrontery, the villainy. I didn't murder nobody. Cause Shut your mouth, Miss Journalist. Answer me this, in a world already lousy with lies, with deception, with sin and iniquity. Can we stand by and suffer yet another crime to go unpunished? I say no! 1,000 times no! There can be no forgiveness. There can be no surrender. Why, you ask me? Then I will tell you. No one asked you. He's hiding something. Absurd of it. Oh yeah, Diana? Yes? Yes, I still play the Persona Gacha game. If you check the Discord, I was posting screenshots from it, like, just this morning. And if I leave now, we'll never know the truth. Yeah, you'll actually commit. Okay, I actually made, thanks for saying what I was thinking of saying. So I actually made, what are they called? Companions? It's basically like a guild. I'll share it in the Discord later. Just, like, if I forget, just remind me. Because I specifically made one for the Moonbeams. Since I know there's a few of us playing. The game literally forces you to join one? So I was like, well, I might as well make one for, like, chat. I mean, yeah, cool, sure. Yeah, no problem. Totally smooth. You really convinced me you don't care. think, Miles, remember. How many times have you faced situations like this in the courtroom? You've confronted the lies of witnesses and countered the arguments of other lawyers. Has the critical evidence always been laid at your feet? No. And yet, you always got to the truth of the situation in the end. With your greatest weapon of all, your words. Ah, yes, the pen is mightier than the sword and all that. Hey, time to spin the chessboard around. Now, let us analyze the state of play. He's a little mad. He's huffing and puffing. Be gone, puny prosecutor, or do you dare defy the direct order of a president? You're not my president. He's not going to listen. He clearly means to drown out any objection by means of pure rhetorical force. When an opponent is on the offensive, the best thing I can do is bide my time and wait for an opening. As he said himself, he's a head of state, a seasoned politician. He won't open himself up to attack easily. I can't let him bully me into submission. I have to stay calm and alert. If I can read his movements and expression correctly, I may be able to find my moment. My first aim should be to find out why he is insisting on Shen Fa taking over the case. The board is set. Time to make my opening gambit. Spin the chessboard! Do-do-do-do-do! Like the old bat hand sound. So, who will take over? Did I give you permission to speak? I am the leader of Zenfa. I have no time for your insolent back chat. I am simply hoping to confirm one basic fact. You say that the investigation will now be assigned to your national police force. I do. Now enough of your pointless questions. Bide my time. Good boy. Oh, you did not pull the good boy thing. No. Heck no! No one can call Edgeworth good boy except Phoenix. The interior of this plane is the sovereign territory of Shenfa. You have no rights here. Is that so? Could it be that our current location itself is significant somehow? I should keep that in mind. It could be a useful clue. Could you at least explain to me why I'm off the case? Imbecile! Wow. I need not explain myself to you. Okay, Orange. Perhaps it's time to employ my clue. Are they related to our current location? In the course of our conversation, I've deduced certain facts about your behavior, Mr. President. For example, you seem particularly aggressive when discussing our current location. You smarmy smart aleck. As you said yourself, the presidential plane is the sovereign territory of Shenfa. And from that, we can infer that you believe the rules of extraterritoriality apply inside here. Is that correct? Enough! Cease your objectionable whining! My time? If you have nothing else to say, then stop wasting my time and get out of my sight! Oh no! We goofed it. Yes, smarmy smart aleck, blah, 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 blah. I think it's getting too hot for you. You can rant and roar all you like, but you won't escape my scrutiny. It was unmistakable the moment I mentioned extraterritoriality, you became visibly agitated. You think you're clever, don't you? Let me answer your little question. It's true, extraterritoriality applies. Your laws mean nothing here. And? Why does that matter, you ask? It matters because it means you are powerless. You have neither influence nor authority here. Interesting. So the extraterritoriality issue does have something to do with all of this. Huh. Let's dig a little deeper into the claim that the plane is sovereign territory, shall we? Someone get an international lawyer in here. We need to establish whether this is actually the domain of another country or not. Next move will surely decide the victor. He may be the president, but nobody is untouchable. I just have to find the right angle of attack. You believe extraterritoriality implies here. But can you prove it? I'm an international lawyer. Yes, hello. We've called international lawyer Art to the stand. No, he's not. He's not for moonbeams in a trench coat. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you even understand what you are asking? He did pass law school, so you know. Of course, if I didn't, I wouldn't ask it. Have you no shame? Call into question the good word of one such as myself? Hey, you don't need to go to school for presidency to be a president. Or means in a trench coat. Like, do most politicians study in related fields? Yes. But it's not a requirement. See, Trump. You don't need to be smart and know laws to be president. That's the job of everyone else in your cabinet. Presidents are just figureheads. The whole point of presidency and the Senate and all of that stuff is the separation of power. The leader of the nation is not supposed to be able to do whatever the hell they want. Unless, you know, you're in a particular country where democracy isn't actually real. I forget the proper term for it. But there is a term for an aristocracy where it's like on paper it's supposed to be a democracy, but because of meddling from like the political parties, basically it's not a democracy because everything's rigged and stuff. So that's the only situation where presidents have power under like a democracy, like full unchecked power. I have nothing to be ashamed of. You must have realized by now what a massive corner you've talked yourself into. Worthless, meaningless bluster. Some pathetic ploy to buy time, perhaps? Said a true democracy kinda just isn't possible? Yeah, but I mean, it's an ideal to strive for. Cause, we're getting into anime hilariously because one thing people like to forget about the Gundam series is it's all technically a political drama, but they just have big robots fighting each other instead of, tanks. Because in Gundam Wing, way back in 1995, one of the main they call them peace princesses. It's the female character that's always all about if we just talked to each other and understood, war would not happen and all that stuff. And usually it feels like a lot of pointless blustering. But Relina in Gundam Wing, she did it really well. Because she realized, she's from the Sank Kingdom, where she's a member of the royal family. And total pacifism is the thing that they that family touted. And she realized it's total pacifism is not possible, but it's an ideal we should strive for in an attempt to make the world a better place. So even if true democracy or even true communism, because on paper the concept of communism isn't bad. It's about making sure, the wealthy don't hog all the resources kind of thing. So on paper, communism isn't bad either. It's the way people imply it that makes democracy impossible or communism bad. But we should all be striving to make the world a better place. So, total equality is a goal to strive for and stuff like that. Come back to communism. Figurative communism. Community communism. Yeah. What is this, a Minecraft faction server? No! We started talking about democracy because Mr. President here is talking about extraterritoriality. And we were like, you're just a president. You can't decide everything yourself unless, it's not a true democracy and, it's actually an autocracy. And then, we were like, yeah, democracy isn't... true democracy isn't possible, but it's something to strive for. Because, and then I was like, on paper, even communism isn't evil in itself because, the whole idea that, preventing the hoarding of resources is, on paper, a good thing. Because a lot of people are like, we should do communal living and share and stuff like that. It's you mean communism? Communism as, at the purest roots. So that's how communism came into the conversation. True, on paper you could argue it's good, but never works. Yeah, exactly. And that's how, the conversation we were having is, all these political ideals, technically it's not possible to achieve them as they are written on paper as a concept. But doesn't mean we shouldn't try. And along the way, we can make the world a better place. True pacifism in a world without fighting and wars is insanely difficult to achieve, if not impossible. Doesn't mean we shouldn't endeavor to have peaceful solutions. What? What's this about old Russia not working out? I'm not saying we should go back to communism or anything like that. Y'all are taking my words out of context and twisting them. Because yes, I know communism doesn't actually work. I'm saying a lot of young people are talking about like wanting walkable communities and wanting to share resources and stuff like that. Like there's communities now where you can go online and be like, hey, I need to borrow power tools. Does anyone have power tools I can borrow? And stuff like that. Well, yeah. See, you're the scientist, I'm the artist here. I like to idealize things. Because I want to believe the world can be better. You like to see the world exactly as it is. We're not trying to enact it. Yeah, we were speaking hypotheticals here. That's why I was saying, like, it's impossible to achieve these ideals, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't try to make the world a better place. Like, yeah, we can't actually get, like, you know, everyone to stop hoarding resources and share them. But we can at least share stuff among our, like, neighborhoods. Why didn't you say so? I did say so! You just weren't listening! Strive for perfection, but under the realization it's an impossible goal. Yeah. Because the whole discussion came up because I was talking about one of the characters in a Gundam series who, like, her whole family pushed for total pacifism. And along the way, she realized that's not actually possible. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't try to solve things peacefully as much as you can. Y'all need to get a telescope? Oh, is it? That's right, there's supposed to be a special full moon. I mean, it is still daylight here. Find an opening. You... Oh god, which one did we pick? Uh-oh. Does that rule really apply here? But can you prove it? Do you even understand what you are asking of? Ah, we already picked that option. You're the one who should be ashamed. Oh no! The Dubros want you. Okay. Marbe Rebels, Marvel Rivals. Have fun! Does that rule really apply here? Both wrong options. Uh-oh. Whoa! Surely you see that you've overplayed your hand. Nobody asked for your opinion. You need only obey me. Yeah, okay. Okay, president of not my country. No, we ran out of time! Fuck. Oh, hell, here we go again. Once more, unto the breach. All right, Edgeworth, I never expected you to make that reference. Mind chess, commence! Nobody asked for your opinion. Do you really think I'll obey you? No! You dare tell me how to govern? How to lead? You dare contradict me? I mean, I'm not a citizen of your country. Unless you're going to charge me with an international crime. On the matter of Miss Lloyd's guilt. Yes, I do. No, she is guilty. She is the culprit. There is nothing left to debate. Who else could have fired from outside the plane? There is no other viable suspect. Fascinating. So he's claiming that Miss Lloyd fired at him from outside the plane? This could be a vital clue. Second rule really apply here. I have no more time for this. You clearly cannot be saved from your own foolishness. You needn't worry about me. I'm not the one who needs saving. That would be Miss Lloyd, the woman who is being wrongfully accused of this crime. Your chivalry is admirable, but it changes nothing. You sure? You sure about that? The right to extraterritoriality cannot be defined. Denied. Sorry, this is Shinfa! This is Sparta! Heh, time to deploy my clue. I may not be able to call the extraterritoriality of the presidential plane into doubt. However, according to you, she shot at you from outside the aircraft, correct? In which case, extraterritoriality could not possibly apply. Your assertion is entirely without merit, and the detainment of Miss Lloyd cannot be justified. How could I have? Bested by a mere prosecutor? But I am the president! Huh, checkmate. Yeah. Yeah, like you could detain whoever killed your bodyguard on the plane? Because it happened on the plane? You can't detain people that... You can't detain people for things that happened on the ground outside, because that is Japan. Thank you for the hydrate, posture, and head pat. I will be getting some water in a second. I'm thirsty. I hereby officially and unreservedly confirm my approval. Consider it a gesture of the magnanimity and generosity for which my good office is known. Yes, for without noble acts such as these, unmistakably and irrefutably, for which reason we hereby. There can be no other outcome, for our goals are lofty and our hearts, I think he's broken. He's not making much sense! All that when he could have just said, okay, you got me? Mr. Knight, if you would care to return the evidence. Take it. Yeah! We did it, Mr. Edgeworth. We sure did. And now the investigation can continue. Whatever, enjoy your pocket full of pawns. I'll be over here enjoying how you put them into play. Okay, you weirdo. Then you will definitely enjoy my next move. Mr. President, one more favor, if you would be so kind. What is it? Could you please give us your testimony concerning the incident itself? Now you want me to testify? I mean, is it that much of a problem to ask you what happened? Like, whoa, that's your next move? If you want the president to testify, you'll have to take him to court. All in good time, Mr. Knight. He will get his day in court soon enough. But if a person of interest refuses to cooperate at the investigative stage of the process, they are obliged to provide detailed justification as to their reasons for doing so. That's... What's the matter? Is there something you'd rather we didn't know? Stand down, Knight. I'll do as the prosecutor asks. Thank you for your cooperation that we strong-armed you into. Now listen and listen well. Dun dun dun. Ta-da. Okay, give me uno momento. I'm gonna run and get some water and stuff, and then we shall continue for another hour or so. So I will be right back. Hold tight. tiny. Here I am. Yahoo! Ooh, big stretch. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ah, excuse me, sorry. Alright, drink of water and then onwards. Hello, Pep. Cat came over. Where was I when the incident occurred? The stage, of course. Suddenly, Rook and Knight jumped in front of me. Then, bang! A shot ran out, and a plain, unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby. Not hesitate for an instant, my bodyguards tried to escort me back to the safety of the plane. And then, the second shot. The bullet went right through Rook and lodged itself in the bulletproof vest I was wearing. Damn. I guess if you look at it one way, the president is also a victim here. Yes, the victim of an attempted assassination. Rook was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Poor guy. Like, you do this job for a reason, and you kinda expect it, but... Excuse me. Pep. Bad. One sec. Pep found a hair tie. Bad girl. But that makes it even weirder. Why would the target of a crime try to obstruct the investigation? Because it was one of his own? I mean, we got no other suspects. And this is technically the tutorial case. My guess is that there's something behind all this that he doesn't want made public. A cover-up, huh? I knew there was more to this case than meets the eye. Transformers? Time to get to the bottom of this one once and for all. Dun, 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 da, da. All right. Unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby, so, the Steel Samurai? Yeah, there we go. You say it was a plain red balloon that burst, but I strongly beg to differ. Take a good look at this. I think you'd agree that it's hardly plain, wouldn't you? No! Oh. Lion's gonna hurl. Uh-oh. What? Who is that? What do you mean, who is that? Mr. President, meet the Steel Samurai. I would have hoped you might recognize them, especially if you were hoping to ingratiate yourself with the people of this country, because... Dear God, everyone loves the Steel Samurai, apparently. Except for Phoenix. Yeah, you need to watch the Jammy Ninja too. He's amazing. So you see, the balloons that were struck by the bullet was anything but plain. Is that really the point we're making here? It was, in fact, of the Steel Samurai. But the briefing mentioned 2 plain red balloons. Oh. They do look pretty plain, don't they? Just simple, round balloons. Knight, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself! Yes, Mr. President. It seems the Steel Samurai balloon was borrowed at the last minute, sir. Borrowed? That's what we were told. I guess they only reported the incident to us bodyguards, though. Seems like there was a little trouble here on site last night. One of the original balloons burst somehow. So they swapped it in as an emergency replacement? Yeah, one of the stall holders happened to have it. What I hear, he was more than willing to lend it out. Ah, Larry. It was Larry, wasn't it? A very happy-go-lucky kind of guy, they said. A happy-go-lucky stall holder with a steel samurai balloon to spare. Huh. Good old Larry. They just filled the bottom part up with air to make it look like the other balloon. Oh! Oh my god. That's interesting. Is that the long and short of it? Knight! Why was I not informed of this? Sorry, sir. We didn't think it was a pressing issue. And indeed, you saw it, and you knew no different, correct? Yes, I suppose so. Could he really have mistaken the Steel Samurai's pants for a plain red balloon? The good old pants, the big old pants. Of course! What's that outburst for? Now I remember. I could barely see the balloon. You couldn't see it? That's right. The wind was blowing too hard. Eh? The flags to the side of the stage were flapping incessantly and blocking my view. Is that so? Yes, those two flags. They were blowing back towards me. It would have been a strong wind blowing right around the time of the incident. But does that conflict in any way with our understanding of the case? 50-50 shot. Yes. Thank you, Mr. President. Your testimony has revealed yet another contradiction. It has? Yes, a contradiction that could turn this entire case on its head. When I arrived on the scene, the wind had died down and the flags were resting calmly for the most part. But if the wind had previously been blowing the flags as the president describes... a certain piece of evidence suddenly takes on a very different meaning. One of the photos, I'm guessing? Or... oh! It's this one. Because the flag was blowing outwards, and that's why, it got shot through.
Take that!
Earlier, we deduced that the bullet that struck the steel samurai balloon and the bullet that passed through the flag were one and the same. And we concluded that our shooter must have fired from the left side of the spectator area. But if the flags were blowing as the president describes, our conclusion becomes quite different. No way! If the flags were pointed in the other direction, exactly, our trajectory changes completely. Then it's the bodyguard who shot the balloon. If we trace that trajectory back to its source, we can ascertain who really fired that shot. Yes, I know. We may not have understood the reason why, but it can only have been one person who did it.
Take that!
Mr. Knight? Da-da-da. The person who fired that shot was none other than you, Mr. Knight. What? The path from the balloon back through the flag leads directly to the spot where you were standing. Dun, 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 dun. You do like the soundtrack, right? But the guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why the heck would he go around shooting balloons? This is absurd. What exactly are you trying to imply? That Mr. Knight, a man who saved my life countless times, is my would-be assassin? I mean, never trust the bodyguards. Not fully. Seriously, Edgeworth? We put up with a lot from you, but this? We're President Wayne's bodyguards. We're the pieces put on the board to protect the king. He's not a king, though. He's a president. I'll handle this, Knight. Sit down, kid, and I got this. Sorry, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, the wind was indeed blowing quite fiercely around the time of my speech. But the wind can pick up and die away in an instant, can it not? Therefore, I need proof that it was blowing hard enough to lift the flags. I guess now it's the photos, probably. The first shot was fired right around the time the president raised his fist. I have a piece of evidence that shows just that. Perhaps it can also show us what was happening with the flag then, too. Okay, photos.
Take that!
Your proof is in the picture right here. That should be good. Which picture? Where? All right. Just give us a second. Right there. Well, do you deny it clearly shows the flag? I mean, it sure looks like it. There we have it. Proof that it was blowing towards you at the moment of the shooting. So that means our pal over there did shoot the balloon? Strangely, apparently so. Making him the assassin? Is the assassin is not the assassin. Because, I mean, he was in the wrong place at the wrong... Like, he may have done something crazy, like shoot the balloon, but he was in the wrong place to actually try and shoot the president. Mr. Knight is not the assassin. He may have shot the balloon, but the president was on the other side of him entirely. Therefore, he can't have been aiming at his boss. Yeah, besides, why would I even shoot the balloon? What would be the point? Oh, we're getting to that. And watch how you answer, or I might aim for something else next, sir! Just because we're on the plane that belongs to your country doesn't mean you can threaten to shoot us. What the fuck? There was a point. I'm sure of it. If I can figure out what it was, perhaps I can finally put this whole conundrum to rest. Ba-ba-da! He definitely shot the balloon. That fact alone changes everything about the case. And I cannot turn his head to the right. Why did Knight's assigned position change? I told you I can't turn my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side. So I wound up moving to the right side of the stage. But is that the only reason? I'm trying to think. It's like, it's coming together, but not quite. Let us suppose that the plan hadn't changed. The knight had remained posted on the left side. Given that he was unable to turn his head to the right. Would he even have been able to shoot the balloon closest to him? No. Could it be that the security plan was changed for the express purpose of popping one of the balloons? Also off topic, I hope, but I hope my mic's not picking it up, but my stomach is growling like crazy. I ate before stream. Why? Can't hear it? I figured. I was like, my mic's not that sensitive, but I'm like, oh my god, I feel self-conscious, so I'm just gonna mention it. It's so funny. My stomach rarely growls, so I'm like, why? You've been fed? You've been watered? What's going on today? And if we suppose that to be the case, that they changed it to popped balloons. The two plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point? Yeah, we made some last-minute changes yesterday. President's orders. That's right! The president was the one who ordered the change. Assassination attempt and change of plans. If I'm reading things right, the president knew in advance about the balloon shooting. God. My brain is not cooperating. If I'm reading things right, the president knew in advance about the balloon shooting. Which means he must have had foreknowledge he would be in someone's crosshairs today as well. And if that's true, then everything else that has been bothering me falls neatly into place. How did the shooter get a gun past such heavy security? And why would they then carry out the shooting wearing such a conspicuous item of clothing? Why use a laser sight that would give away their location in an instant? And how did the president suffer no injuries at all despite a direct hit to his vest? These are the questions that Knight and the president don't want us to consider. There's only one possible reason for Mr. Knight to have fired his gun. To create the illusion of an assassination attempt. Oh! Why would they do that, though? Idiot, you do understand what you're saying. Oh, I understand all too well. I understand everything now. Most of all, I understand why you were so keen to take this investigation off my hands, Mr. President. You wanted your real plans to remain hidden. How dare you speak to me that way? Is this some kind of a joke? Not particularly. I don't think Edgeworth is capable of jokes. At least not jokes that aren't the sarcastic kind. Oh, no, it's no joke. That I can assure you. It is simply the truth, as revealed by the careful application of logic and reasoning. Nothing more. We've spun the chessboard around. Quite a lot. sorry. Cats are distracting. Everyone's hungry today. I'm really hungry. They're really hungry. Must be the full moon. The first shot was fired by Mr. Knight with the specific intention of hitting that balloon. The sound of gunfire and the burst of the balloon were guaranteed to cause a panic. And then he fired again. He did? Yes, he fired 2 bullets, both of which were aimed at the balloon. As for why he did so, it's because the second shot was designed to create the impression that the president had been hit. So, then what's the deal with the one in the vest? Can you not wait? We're trying to solve a crime here. I don't know. We'll see if she behaves. Rip, poor lion. So Mr. Heroic President did take a bullet after all. Damn. That's not true. I was shot, I tell you. We'll be able to verify that for ourselves once we take a closer look at that bullet. At the very least, we can expect to find traces of Mr. Rook's blood on it, correct? Awkward. But you said it yourself, the shooter! The shooter in the photograph, the person with the red hood!
Objection!
I thought I made myself clear. The trajectory points to only one possible shooter, Mr. Knight. Then where does Tabby fit into all this? She was simply part of their plan. Oh, rip. In order to place the suspicion elsewhere, they set about creating a fake assassin. The highly suspicious person with the red hood. I have yet to ascertain exactly how complicit Miss Lloyd was in the whole scheme. But I can say with some confidence that none of the shots were fired by her. I suspect her only job was to point a laser sight at the president. That is a crazy thing to get involved in. That's right, then I was tasked with turning your jacket inside out the moment the crowd flew into a panic, yes. Thus, making the mysterious red shooter disappear in the blink of an eye. Then, when the gun in the security plan later... Then when the gun and the security plan were later found in the trash can, it would have all appeared to have been the work of an assassin so skilled they could have vanished into thin air. But then the case would have gone cold. Exactly what our friends here were hoping for. Makes sense now why they wanted you off the case. Indeed. Because the entire affair was a cheap ruse perpetrated by the president himself. Oh, here it goes! Oh my god, he's up firing his lasers! Oh! He let out all the air he was holding in. He's not actually buff. Oh my gosh. It was all a sham. If only that's how it worked, huh? You could just hold your breath and become, like a gym rat. The presidential mask has well and truly slipped. And admit it, the entire assassination was a lie, wasn't it? If that stupid chief prosecutor hadn't insisted on assigning you, how could I let this happen? Gym trainers hate this one crazy trick. Literally.
Objection!
Oh, hey, this guy. That's enough, Edgeworth. Is it though? Mr. Knight! Sorry, but I'm speaking with the president right now. The deflated one. Bro deflated like the balloon they sacrificed. Rest in peace. Yeah, well, I'm doing my job at protecting my king. Did he just... Did he unload the bullets or load bullets? I can't tell because he was dropping shells. Can you stop being a piece of shit for like 1 minute? So go ahead, keep running your mouth. Perhaps it would be better if we stuck to threatening each other with words. He wouldn't. Would he? It is unfortunately possible. Nah, I don't need this thing to shut you up. Alright, my move. Question. You claim I fired my gun from on stage. How do you figure I did that in front of a crowd of thousands? An excellent point. Time for my counter move, I suppose. You had a certain something that allowed you to conceal your actions. Oh, the briefcase! They had those briefcases that were, like, supposed to protect them. What did Knight use? There we go. Bulletproof attaché case.
Take that!
My attaché case. And this time, It's not full of cards. Every time I see one of those attaché cases, I just think of frickin' Seto Kaiba. Yes, take a look at Kay's photograph. Your right hand is completely obscured by the case. At this very moment this picture was taken, you were firing your gun. And in such a way that you wouldn't be detected.
Objection!
You don't like to let the facts get in the way of a good theory, do you, Edgeworth? Are they though? Are they though? Shame you don't seem to have noticed. Noticed what? The theories are all you have. Conjectures. Nothing more. That flag was billowing in the wind at precisely the right moment. I hit my gun with my attaché case. Look, you still could have planned this and had some crazy coincidences happen, you know? We changed the security plan because I couldn't turn my head. It's all just speculation, circumstantial evidence at best. You literally said you guys changed the plan because you couldn't turn your head. That one, at least, is not speculation. You at least had the bullet that burst a balloon. You might have a scrap of credibility. Imagine you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun. But no, that bullet is at the bottom of the lake. You gonna go dredge it up? Hate to say it. He is right. I don't have anything concrete. I thought not. Maybe now you can shut your mouth. Well, you can make me. Hold it. Miss Lloyd. Of course, she could shed some light on this whole situation. I just need to get her to talk. What's the matter? You want to say something, Miss Journalist? Nah. Never mind. Yeah, that's what I thought. What a piece of shit. Miss Lloyd! I need you to be brave. If you don't speak up, the truth will be lost forever. You're a journalist! You're not supposed to be afraid to die for the truth. Arguably. You are a journalist after all, are you not? Dang it! I can't stay quiet any longer. I was so focused on bagging me a scoop, I forgot the most important thing. Real journalists don't lie. Ain't no dang scoop if it ain't the truth. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I should have shown you this before. Hey, the laser pointer! What is that? It's the laser pointer I used on the president. And that's all I done. I never shot anybody. You stupid! I thought I told you, you squeal and you go down as an accomplice. Well, she's going down anyway. Might as well be for the lesser crime, right? It was him! He told me to do it! I was at Zenfa Embassy sniffing out a story like I told you. That was 3 days back. He comes up to me out of the blue, just starts talking. Help me out and I'll get you an exclusive to the president. That kind of stuff. Ain't, and you just bought it, huh? What about the gun in the trash can? That I don't know nothing about, I swear it. All he's told me was to wear a jacket with a red hood and to point that pointer at the president. I never thought for a minute it'd blow up my face so bad. Really? You didn't think participated in a fake attempt, like, in a conspiracy to fake an assassination of the president wouldn't come back to bite you? Really? It ought to go a long way towards proving that the assassination was a sham. My sympathies, Mr. Knight. Had you successfully removed me from the case as you intended, perhaps then you could have kept your pawn quiet. Wow! Now that's a face. So, let me get this straight. You told Tabby if you let slip about our fake assassination plot, we'll have you convicted for murder. Or something like that? Of all the dirty... I said no such thing. Give it up, Knight. It's time we come clean. It's our only choice. So, Mr. President, you admit it. You admit that there was a plot to fake an assassination attempt. I do, I'm sorry. But why? Why do something like that? My popularity has been on the wane back home. I thought surviving an attempt on my life might give me the boost I needed. What is this? So, guys, this game came out in 2011. How did it predict all the conspiracy theories around Trump's the assassination attempt on Trump at the rally? Because people were speculating that he, like, it was staged to get him more popularity. I remember that. I know what we did was wrong, so yes, it was all lies, all of it. And the bullet in the vest? It was planted ahead of time. I wasn't hit by anything today. A prop? That's crazy. But then, what was up with the killer? And then he just appeared, hell-bent on turning our fake assassination into a real one. He'd hoped to get in close enough as the fake assassin to finish the job. There is one thing I don't understand, though. Oh, and what would that be? Why did Rook have to die? If the whole thing was fake, how did he wind up getting killed for real? That's true. Therein lies the real question. He was a fine bodyguard, the best, in fact. He may not have been a native Zenfa, but he was someone I could fully trust. Mr. Rook must have really been something to gain the trust of someone who'd hide from his own shadow. Sounds like he was as He was trustworthy. He was as trustworthy to the president as I am to you, huh, sir? I believe that's for me to say, Detective, not to you. Damn. Mr. Rook must have known about the plan too then, huh? He wasn't aware of any specific details, so not really. Oh! Shit! I tried to involve him, but he refused. This is a tragedy. The life of a good man has been wasted. Huh. What was so great about him anyway? Damn. I mean, don't be a piece of shit to your co-worker who died in the line of duty. He was just another piece on the board there to protect you, nothing more. Mr. Knight, how could you? Who was it that actually went along with your plan? Huh, Mr. President? Well, the PS coward backed down when you needed him to step up the most. I value your support too, of course, but... Look, I'm your chief bodyguard now. That's all that matters. He got him killed. He wanted the job. Thanks to me, genius strategist, grandmaster. Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, bud. We are all well aware of your ambitions, Knight. Damn. But doesn't this seem a little imprudent to you? Why? My plan this time was perfect, as they always are and they always will be. Famous last words. That's quite a statement. Especially considering that your perfect plan was an abject failure. Yeah, no thanks to you and that buffoon. Damn, can you not? How exactly is that Mr. Rook's fault? If he hadn't died, the killer would have never come after me. And I wouldn't have had to let you in on this plane. Please, Mr. Knight, you mustn't talk like that. Fine, the guy died protecting you, Mr. President. I'm sure that's just what he always wanted. But did he die protecting the president? Wait! I thought the whole assassination thing was fake. Oh, come on, do I have to say everything twice? You planned a fake assassination, but somebody else came along and tried to make it real. 2 shots were fired, remember? Like you said, Edgeworth, one of them was the bullet I shot through that balloon. But the second? That wasn't me. Oh, really? Then who did fire it? A real assassin. But not to kill her. His plan was to come after the president with a knife. No, the most likely suspect here is the piece cowering quietly in the corner. Our lily-white queen over there. Miss Lloyd? Again with this? I'm not your danged assassin. But is that really true? I, for one, don't believe it. The gun in the trash can. It can only belong to you. As soon as I shot that balloon, I rushed over to help the president, Rook escort the president back onto the plane. You returned with Boba? Jelly. I left Rook here in the room while I secured the president in the safe room. When I came back out, Rook was lying there on the ground. Miss Journalist must have shot him while escorting the president off stage. Really? Why, though? So you don't actually know when the victim was struck by the bullet, did you? By all the beans, Boba. Yes! The knight doesn't protect the rook, Edgeworth. He protects the king. You want to translate? He means that his only concern was protecting the president. Lose the king, and you lose the game. Isn't that the first rule of chess? I don't know, is it? I don't play chess. But a win in which a key piece is sacrificed is a hollow victory indeed. Doesn't matter, it's still a victory. I kept the president safe. I win. Well, well, well. How goes the gaming? Gaming going good. This case feels like it never ends. What do you mean this is like technically the first case? This is like I think the only time in Ace Attorney history that the first case isn't like a really short tutorial. Oh, excuse me. Starting to yawn.
Objection!
Alrighty, and what do you have to say about this, huh? Uh-oh. Come on, you're a chess guy. You know the rules as well as I do. Of course I do. This evidence it. Ha! Gotcha! Once you touch a piece, you gotta move it. You just made the wrong move. Okay, suddenly we're playing chess with evidence. Alright. Maybe I need to press some more. The victim really did take part in your little plan then, did he? Nope. and we kept him in the dark on the details. So he really thought the president was in danger? But wait, he must have noticed that the shot came from right next to him? Maybe he did. Guess we'll never know. And even if he did know it was a sham, he still had a job to do. He still had to protect his king. He was able to make a judgment like that in a split second. Impressive. He really was as capable as they say. Not so capable that I couldn't read him like a book. Sure. Whoops. Oh, 2 bullets. So you contend that it was you who shot the balloon, and Miss Lord who shot Mr. Rook. Are you sure about that? Sure, I'm sure. Well, what you've proposed would indeed match up with the total number of shots heard. The gun from the trash can itself had also been fired twice. Now, why would the supposed number of shots heard from this gun differ from the number of spent rounds? It's simple. Because it was planted. Planted by the real perpetrator of the crime. Somebody faked the evidence. Yes, and if you think about it, the reason for doing so is obvious. To ensure that whoever found the gun would conclude that the shooter had been in the spectator area. And in order to do that, they had to make it seem as if both shots had come from this one weapon. Ooh, I get it. So that's why it's got 2 spent rounds, huh? Precisely. As we have already proven, the bullet that burst the balloon came from a different weapon. Which makes it entirely possible that the bullet which killed Mr. Rook didn't come from this gun either. Huh, nice work, Edgeworth. That's some high-grade sleuthing. But why don't you get to the point? You've come this far, spit it out. Oh, I intend to, don't worry. The person who really shot Mr. Rook was... I mean, it's gotta be this guy.
Take that!
You, Mr. Knight! Oh, finally got up the courage to say it, huh? Surely not! Surely you wouldn't have! Was it only the killer who tried to take advantage of this fake murder plot? He killed Mr. Rook, hoping that he would look like an accidental victim of the bungled assassination. With the president locked away in the safe room and the door of the airplane tightly closed, it was just you and Mr. Rook, alone, together. I think I read a manga like this. And that was when the 3rd bullet was fired right into your colleague's body.
Objection!
Wait, you're really gonna claim there's a 3rd one now? You just said only 2 gunshots were heard. Wanna tell me how that works?
Objection!
Airplane cabins are practically soundproof, Mr. Knight. If you close the door, nothing can be heard from the outside. Not even gunfire. Oops, but wasn't the president right next door? Very true, which means he may have heard the shot himself. Well, Mr. President, I didn't hear anything. But you can observe this room through your security feed, can you not? The camera in this room isn't normally on. I have to manually switch it on when I enter the safe room. That's what you did this time too, right? Well, that is... What's gotten into him? Mr. President, this is vitally important. Please, President Wong. Fine, I was busy hiding under the bed, covering my ears. What? Even though you knew the whole thing wasn't real? Yes, because I hate the sound of guns. He's a cowardly lion, I see. I see, I see, I see. I see, I see, I see, I see. Oof. They're sadder than a pot of overcooked crawfish. The silly track at a time like this, yeah. Ahem. Mr. Knight, you saw that President Wall was cowering under beneath his bed. And what's more, you knew from the monitor bank that the security camera for this room hadn't been switched on. Which means you knew that the circumstances were perfect for you to fire the third shot. Knight, how could you? Could you really have betrayed my trust so horribly? You think I killed the old halfwit? You don't trust me much, huh? This is the thanks I get for putting my life on the line for you day after day? I want to believe you, but I don't get it. I just don't get it. What is there to doubt here? What, you don't believe that the girl over there could have done it? No, because this gun isn't the murder weapon. We know this from the number of bullets fired. Yeah? Well, how do you know there wasn't a spent bullet from the start? What? Someone could have fired a bullet from that gun yesterday or the day before. Then today, another bullet. That bullet that hit Rook. That's pure speculation, pal, and you know it. It's the devil's proof. Maybe, but can you prove it's not true? Not with any certainty, no. You're nothing without conclusive proof, so come on. A single piece of evidence, straight through the heart, I dare you. Well, what are you waiting for? There must be something, mustn't there, Mr. Edgeworth? If we can't prove it, Tabby Lloyd is gonna be in the tabloids! Please, Ruffles. I messed up, I know I did. Should have never done what I did, not even for a scoop. But murder? Nah, that ain't me. I ate a murderous bone in my body. Conclusive proof. If only I could prove the Knight's gun is the murder weapon. Wait. Perhaps I can. If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, you might have a scrap of credibility. Imagine you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun. We had the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. Forensics could tell which gun it was fired from. No proof, no case. End of conversation. Hold it right there. What now? You're not about to claim you do have proof? Of course I do. This ought to be good. All right, bring it on. Show me this proof of yours. Very well. My conclusive evidence is... not in our possession, because it's in the monitor. Not currently in my possession. Because if he shot him in front of the monitor, then the broken one. Alright then. Thanks for playing, folks, but that's game over. However, it is here in this room. What? As we know, the bullet that killed Mr. Rook passed through his body. But where did it end its journey? Perhaps we should cast our minds back to an earlier conversation. Because I had been wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse. Oh, you're playing Persona 5X, right? It's actually pretty decent. Apparently Chapter 3 is when it really starts getting good, but I don't know. Chapter 1 wasn't too bad. in my opinion. The vest was prepared in advance, made to look as though it had been hit by a bullet. Which begs the question, where's the real bullet? I like it, a twist. This is good stuff, Edgeworth. Come on, then. Don't keep us in suspense. Does any of the evidence point to where the bullet that killed Mr. Rook might have been? There it is.
Take that!
There's something very clearly missing from this room. Yes, a prosecutor with some common sense. F you. Take a look at this bank of security monitors. Oops. Oh, I see you've caught on, Mr. President. Splendid. There are screens here showing views from all around the plane, inside and out. The only external angle not covered is the right-hand side of the aircraft. And that's because one of the monitors is missing. There was a monitor in that space previously, wasn't there, Mr. President? There was. I have no idea what my plushie is doing there now, though. It appears to... Uh-oh. Typos. It appears to be someone's vain attempt to hide what is obviously lacking. But where did it go? And why? The why is easy enough to answer. Because it was struck by a bullet. For if we were to believe that the bullet in the vest was the real deal, then anything that hinted at the existence of another bullet had to be removed. So, where did the missing monitor go? Where indeed? I believe that it must be hidden somewhere on this plane. After all, there wouldn't have been time to dispose of it outside. Detective Gunshoe, conduct a search! Right away, sir! Extraterritoriality, remember? I have no objection to the search. Please go ahead. It will help us discover the truth behind what happened to Rook. I will not stand in your way. What are you? I don't believe this! Rook this, Rook that. Don't you think about anybody else? I mean, not an asshole, anyway. The search has been authorized, Detective, if you wouldn't mind. And off he goes. Sir, I found the monitor! Excellent work. Now go ahead and extract the bullet. Oh, God. Watch out for the glass. Let's see if I put my hand in here and just... Sir? You should be wearing gloves at the very least. Well, would you look at that? Blood. This is the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. And there you have it, Mr. Knight. The single piece of evidence you requested, straight through your heart. Even you must now admit, this bullet did come from the spectator area gun, then Miss Lloyd cannot be Mr. Rook's killer. What, no pithy comeback? Detective, have forensics analyze the bullet for striations and compare them to the gun we found. Yes, sir, we'll get the evidence you need. You can count on it. And it's still going! This is so long, I'm surprised. It is 10 p.m. though, so I am gonna have to wrap it up, unfortunately. The curse of, you know, having to work and stuff like that. Even if I take a half day tomorrow or something. But tomorrow! Fate collab! Yahoo! Yahoo! I am so excited. It is so exciting. It is so exciting. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yay. Alright. Save the game before I get too excited and forget. I nearly pushed X and then I was like, wait! I think the game does have some autosave, but, you know, to be safe. There we go. So, Fate Collab will be 7 p.m. EST. When I do my dailies in the morning, I'm gonna have to, like, cover my eyes and look away. Are you ready? I was born ready. I am always ready for fate. Yahoo! Because I'm not. I'm ready for our Lancer to die immediately. Sad. But that's fine. You're still broke. It's okay. Apparently, Saber's banner is supposed to go longer than a standard, like, banner. So it should be longer than 20 days, based on what they said. So if that's true, we have a bit of time. No, Trippy's great. Iduna got Trippy on a solo pull, and I'm like, I hate you. I don't usually say that when people pull characters, but I'm like, no, it should have been me. Ugh, there's still hope, but yeah. I skipped her banner the first time because I'm like, I just got Sunday. I'm fine for supports. Silly me. Oh, well. The meta will move on eventually, and Trippy will get power crept by something. Ideally, I just have to wait it out. I mean, I'm managing to do endgame content even without her. It's just, you know, sometimes it's a little more difficult depending on the mechanics of, like, the endgame content. Better not? What do you mean? Meta changes every year. Firefly and Dunhun Inhibitor Lunae were like the biggest DPSs last year, and now no one uses them. Because the meta now is not favorable to them. So within a year, Trippy will also have a lot of the characters that came out this patch will also no longer be favorable. That's just how it goes. Some will persist. Others will not. That's just how meta goes. Otherwise, how are they gonna make you spend money, huh? My poor cute mecha girl. She does have a new skin, though. It's very cute. It is very cute. I'll show you guys tomorrow. I don't have it, but we can look at it. For now, though, time to go feed the cats as they start to go getting zoomies from hunger. We're gonna go raid Junie. She's playing Kingdom Hearts. She's doing a proud attempt. She did, yeah. It's like her outfit. Her original outfit was already sort of schoolgirl inspired. Now she has like a full-on like Sailor Fuku outfit. It's really cute. I only use fire and break teams? Yeah. I know, Mogu. Hold tight. I'm wrapping up. They heard food and it's like, food, 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 food. Cats, humans, my stomach. Food, 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 food. Alrighty, that is gonna be it for me then. So, if it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. And if it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. Until next time, take care of yourself, wash your face, brush your teeth, eat a good food. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye!